The sun hung low over the Arizona desert, turning the red cliffs into glowing walls of fire. I had spent years riding alone across the Wild West, carrying little more than my horse, my rifle, and memories I wished I could forget. That evening, I noticed a strange gathering near an abandoned trading post. Something immediately felt wrong. Curious, I tied my horse behind a cluster of rocks and moved closer on foot. Several armed outlaws surrounded a frightened Apache woman whose wrists were tightly bound with thick ropes. She knelt in the dust while the men laughed cruelly, speaking as though she were nothing more than property waiting to be sold for profit. The woman lifted her tear-filled eyes and quietly whispered, "Please help me." Her voice barely reached my ears, but the fear inside those words struck my heart harder than any bullet. Every outlaw carried rifles, yet I knew walking away would haunt me for the rest of my life forever. I stepped from behind the rocks with my rifle lowered but ready. The outlaw leader laughed and warned me to leave before I shared her fate. Instead of backing away, I calmly offered every dollar inside my saddlebag for the woman's freedom. The men burst into mocking laughter at my unexpected proposal. The leader accepted my money, believing he had fooled another sentimental traveler. After cutting the ropes from the woman's wrists, he expected me to ride away. Instead, I helped her onto my horse and quietly warned the outlaws that if they followed us, they would regret their decision before another sunrise arrived across the desert. We traveled until darkness covered the canyon. Around a small campfire, the woman introduced herself as Kaya. Through broken English, she explained that raiders had attacked her Apache village, capturing several women while searching for hidden gold. She had watched innocent families separated without knowing whether anyone remained alive after the terrible attack. The next morning, Kaya led me toward the mountains where she believed surviving relatives might still hide. Along the journey, she showed remarkable courage despite everything she had endured. She never complained about exhaustion or hunger. Instead, she constantly worried about the safety of children and elders left behind during the violent raid. Late that afternoon, we reached an abandoned shepherd's cabin beside a flowing stream. I repaired the broken roof, while Kaya gathered medicinal herbs growing nearby. Together, we transformed the neglected shelter into a safe resting place. For the first time since escaping captivity, genuine hope slowly returned to her tired, frightened eyes once again. Before sunrise, distant hoofbeats shattered the peaceful silence. Looking from the cabin window, I spotted the same outlaw gang approaching through the valley. They had decided money alone was not enough. They wanted revenge for losing their captive. Kaya refused to hide, insisting she would rather fight than ever become their prisoner again. We prepared quickly. I blocked the cabin door with heavy furniture while Kaya climbed behind the rear window carrying a bow she had crafted from nearby wood. When the outlaws attacked, bullets struck the walls as arrows flew back through broken windows. Every second felt like an hour inside that desperate battle. Just as our ammunition began running low, dozens of Apache warriors emerged from the surrounding forest. Their arrows rained across the valley with incredible speed and precision. The outlaws realized they had fallen into a trap. Those still alive dropped their weapons and surrendered before another arrow could leave its string. Among the arriving warriors stood Kaya's older brother, who had searched tirelessly for weeks believing she had been killed. Their emotional reunion brought tears to everyone watching. He thanked me repeatedly, explaining that his sister was respected throughout the tribe for caring for orphan children after previous hardships struck their people. The tribal elders welcomed me into their village despite years of painful conflict between settlers and Apache families. They judged me by my actions rather than my appearance. Around the evening fire, stories replaced suspicion while children laughed freely. I discovered kindness could build bridges where fear had always built walls before. Over the following months, I helped repair homes destroyed during the raids and worked beside the tribe planting crops before winter arrived. Kaya taught me Apache traditions, while I shared ranching skills learned from my father. Every day strengthened our friendship until quiet affection naturally replaced the loneliness both of us carried. One peaceful evening beneath countless stars, Kaya admitted she had expected every stranger to treat her like property forever. Instead, She found someone willing to risk everything simply because it was the right thing to do. Her words reminded me that true courage was measured by compassion, never by violence alone. The following spring, I built a small ranch beside the valley where settlers and Apache families traded horses, crops, and supplies without fear. Travelers often stopped, surprised to witness cooperation replacing hatred. Children from both communities played together while elders shared stories, proving that peace was possible when respect guided every decision. Years later, people across the American frontier still repeated the remarkable story. They remembered neither the outlaws nor the battle first. Instead, they remembered the bound Apache woman who begged a cowboy for help and the unexpected answer that shocked everyone. Sometimes history changed forever because one person simply chose compassion over fear.